Hey everyone, my name is Jose. I wanted to do a tour of my tool bag. For you more experienced guys, I want your guys' opinion on what I should keep and where I should take out. This is a Husky bag that I found at my facility when I first started working at Arctic Glacier. It is the predecessor to the CLC 1509 electricians tool bag. So all in all, I like it so far. I've had it for about a year and a half now. I bought Vito before, but I just found myself overstuffing it and overloading it. And it just looked empty for just the stuff that I needed. And I bought their tool pouches before, and it just didn't carry enough stuff for me. But as you can see right in front, I have my Makita Brushless Impact. I had this thing for about 3 years when I started off as a sheet metal apprentice. It still kicks butt every day, day in and day out. It's my go-to tool, excuse me. So I'm a big fan of Makita. I always keep it with me, and it gets the job done. For this being an older bag, I did some modifications to it. Right here, right in front, is this retractable chain I keep my gloves on. Since I started in HVAC and refrigeration, I've lost countless number of gloves. So this retractable chain kind of makes it kind of easy to keep track of them, so I won't lose them. So that helps me out a lot. Right here on the side, I have this inspection mirror. Helps me out with my solder joints, tight places. You guys know what it does. Right here, 2 mini screwdrivers, slotted in Phillips. Right next to it, I have a 6-inch impact extension. It helps me out a lot. And then this right here is a Southwire 6-inch beater driver. I had one previously to this, and I had it for about 2 to 3 years when I was doing sheet metal, and it works wonders. I like it a lot because of the metal head that it has on it. I had my last one got beat all to hell, and it finally broke after 3 years. So I bought a new one. I haven't had to use it as often as I used my old one, so that's why it's in pretty good condition right now. All in all, I like this screwdriver a lot. Right here in front, my electrical tape. I work on freezer merchandisers. Lear and Billoff are the two that I mostly work on. Yellow for my heater, red for my hotline, basic black for pretty much everything else. On the other side, Teflon tape when I need it, white for my neutrals, and I use a lot, or should I say a ton, of 16 gauge wire, so I have it ready and handy right here. Keep it on this belt loop. Electrical loop. It's awesome. Here in this little Husky bag, I didn't know about this brand until I started working here. It's called Informer. It's a brand of thermometers that they use on diesel engines. It's a very long cord, but my supervisor / manager told me about this brand when I first started working here to monitor the temperature inside of my merchandisers, and it's very accurate, and it can drop or rise in temperature very quickly. It's very pricey though. It's about $50 for just this one, but as you can see how long the wire is, it's well worth it. I don't know if you guys have used this for anything. If you guys have any experience with this Informer series or Informer brand, let me know in the comments below what your guys' input is. I'd like some feedback. Right here on the side, I mounted my meter bag with some zip ties just so I could have more room for hand tools on the inside. Here on the side next to the meter bag, I have this little medicine container. I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos where people use medicine containers for screws and nuts and leads, couplers and stuff like that. I mostly use them for my electrical connections, my spade connections and stuff like that. Very handy. It's only like $1 at Walmart, Walgreens, different places like that. They break easy, but I mean, what's $1 when it's very handy and easy to use? So here on the side with my meter, I just recently bought this to test it out. It is a Field Piece SC260 clamp meter. I normally keep a Field Piece HS36 on me, but I recently bought this because I found it on eBay for a pretty good price and I ended up buying it. All in all, I'm having a good experience with this. So if you guys have a preference between which meter I should go with, let me know in the comments below. Here on the side, I have a little scratch-all, makeshift one. We do some work for our county fair when it comes to fall time. And instead of marking it up with a Sharpie, we use this to mark our boxes, number them, and stuff like that. I have this little coast light that I got from Home Depot for like $10. It's pretty bright, nice little inspection light. So I keep that right there. On the back, there's a zipper pouch right here. I opened it earlier just to see what I keep in there, because I almost never open it. But I keep different electrical connections, wire nuts and stuff like that, extras on hand. I also have this meter lead. I cut some old ones off my old meter and put this electrical connection on it. It helps me out when I'm testing receptacles and getting voltage on them, because I'll end out at a store with poor voltage. This helps me out a lot to test those. So as you can see, the bag's kind of leaning forward. That's one of the downsides of this bag. So I normally use my tape to keep it up, or I have my thermometer to hold it up. There was a handle right here that ripped off, so I makeshifted one like that. Alright, looks tacky, but oh well, it's still bad. Gets my job done. Gets my jobs done. Excuse me. Here we are in the inside. I have this little zipper pocket, but one thing I want to mention is that I'm a big fan of Greenlee. So much so that their handles are all black. So I kind of painted them the way Klein has their handles colored. So the red would be the wire crimper. I've seen some blue diagonal cutters, and yellow, of course, is for needle nose. Gray, I ran out of different colors, so I used gray for my linesman's. Right here, I have the Cobra pliers that are made by Craftsman. People are telling me to go with Knipex or Knipex, however you guys pronounce it. But I went with these Craftsman because lifetime warranty on it. Knipex doesn't offer you that, even though they're twice the price. I have the 7-inch on this side. Here I have my 6-in-1, pretty basic tool that every HVAC guy uses. Of course, it's Greenlee. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Greenlee. This is the Greenlee 9-in-1, but the difference is I took all the bits out and I'm pretty much using it like a nut driver. Kind of got stuck on me, I'm sorry. Of course, you got your 1/4 inch, your 3/8, and on the other side the 5/16. I know Klein makes a actual nut driver that's interchangeable like that, but this one pretty much has all the basics. So it's fairly cheap, and I don't want to have to go and buy a Klein tool that's going to be $50 or so. Speaking of which, I have a Klein extra wide crescent wrench. Keep that right there on the side. Here in this small pocket, I have my Dewalt right angle. This has saved my life as an apprentice and here as a tech. I have a Vaco 11/32 nut driver. This is very common for the evaporator motors that I need to take out. I also have a 11/32 wrench right here, just in case for tight spots that I need to reach into. I have two 6-inch nut drivers for my impact 5/16 and quarter, and then a little box cutter. Right here is a Subco defrost timer. This is one of the most common parts I replace on the freezer merchandisers, so I always keep one on hand, keep it handy. I have my wire strippers, of course, Greenlee. Down at the bottom, I have a Klein stubby, multi-stubby, because they're pretty much the only one that makes good stubbies like this. One thing I did though is I had bought the Klein 11-in-1 HVAC multi screwdriver, and I took the Schrader valve remover off of it and put it on my stubby, just so I could go and fit it into nice tight places and places that's kind of hard to put a Schrader remover into when I'm working on an air conditioning unit. So it's not too bad. I like it like this because it fits right in the palm of my hand, and I don't have to torque it down too much just with that. And then right next to it, I have a little receptacle tester. Nothing too fancy. Gets what I need. It gets what it needs to be done. Down here on the side is a little multi-plug that I use for our sensor system in our boxes. Keep it handy just in case either it burns out or I need to replace a light fixture onto it. Right here on this side, I kind of skipped over it, is a vice grip needle nose. Another handy tool that pretty much everybody can carry or needs to carry. In the back here, a little strong magnet, Harbor Freight tool, not too bad. And right next to it, which is kind of hard to get out sometimes, is a big service valve wrench with 9/16 and 1/2-inch ratcheting side. I keep that right there in the back just in case I lose my small one that I keep in my pocket. Right here in the front is an Irwin bit box. I mounted two magnets on the front and a wire on the side, so I could use it pretty much like a tray and keep screws in and stuff like that. I have pretty much all the basic bits. I colored them as if they were nut drivers, for the exception of my 7/16. I painted it black instead of brown, but it keeps everything in place. This little Dewalt container carries spare bits just in case I lose them. So that pretty much, as you can see, as soon as I took it out, made my bag fall. This is what keeps my bag upright. As for the small pouch, alligator clips or alligator leads for my meter, extra set of headphones so I could drown out when I'm in big box stores doing repairs, sandcloth, and a thermostat jumper, and extra spring for my wire strippers. That's pretty much it that I carry in this bag. Some things that you didn't see, like a non-voltage detector and mini screwdriver and all that, I normally carry in my shirt pocket. So like this Milwaukee non-contact voltage detector, it detects low and high voltage, has a pretty bright LED on it. I like it. I've had it for about 1.5 years now. I don't see any other non-contacts that would replace this for me, so I keep that with me. United Refrigeration Screwdriver there. My service wrench, I zip tied a little pen clip to it so it'll stay upright in my pocket, keeps it handy. Sharpie. I normally keep an ink Zol with me, but this is all I have right now. And then my other Coast light that I have, that I mentioned earlier, on the side of my bag. Mounted some magnets on both of them, so I don't have to keep it in my mouth. I can just mount it to the side of the box and it'll stay upright. And then in my back pocket, I keep my condenser brush. so it's always handy. So if you guys have any comments on what I should add or take out of my bag, please, like I said, leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think. I would appreciate any feedback, and I'll see you guys later.